Carl's Doomsday Scenario was both weaker than the first book and made me want to keep reading the series, which is an interesting feat. Here's my full review, and I'll keep it as spoiler-free as I can for those still considering whether they'll pick up this series. This book continues to introduce us to more of the absurd and unique universe of this series, and that in itself is a refreshing hook. Going from fighting monsters to calling out tyranny on an intergalactic talk show is a transition I can't say I ever thought I'd read. One of my biggest complaints of the first book was the lack of depth of Carl as a character. I feel like this book really started to resolve that concern. We start to see that he's more than just creative in combat, and we get to dig more into his relationships and fears and other problems. Minor spoiler, the separation from Donut near the beginning of the book and the danger it put them both in was one of the first oh shit moments I've really felt in the series. It showcased the stakes of this game really well. In a similar vein, I liked the problem solving and storytelling of the quests and not just endless mob slaying, but I do wish that they had built to something a bit more cohesive as far as story went. As a whole, that's one of my biggest complaints about this book, that I don't feel like much actually happened. At times it felt like there was more exposition on the dungeon or the world than actual plot movement. That said, I can feel, even in just hints, the series as a whole building toward certain themes and potential big moments in the future that I'm interested to see play out. So you can see how this book is a bit of a conundrum for me. What Doomsday Scenario has done, though, is help me connect with the characters in a way that makes me want to keep reading. I'm not yet to the point where I'm running around recommending this series left and right, but it's got me enough to press onward. Overall, I enjoyed the fun and creativity and the improved character depth of Carl's Doomsday Scenario. I just wish more had happened by way of story, so I'm giving this one a 4 out of 5. What did you think of Carl's Doomsday Scenario?